talking about romance. A man talking about romance. Now that is a paradox. I live right down here in Mission. You've probably driven by my home. And I have 35754 in huge letters. You see it as you drive down. Well, our office used to be there. And then we moved to an office over here in Washington. But when we were there, we were a family. And we started even before Microsoft, pre-Microsoft. And one of the things we had in the family is a tradition. And the tradition was Valentine's Day were for Roland and Terry. So it was quiet morning. I woke up and I smelled something. I said, wow. Terry has on her Beautiful, and that's Estee Lauder perfume. I said, wow. Something's going to happen today. And she says, she came in and she says, get your suit on. Mr. Casual, getting a suit on is pretty important stuff for me. So I got on my suit. And while I was getting it on, I thought, you know, a few years ago, I had just went through a traumatic divorce and renewal. And at that time, I said, I made a decision because I said, it was really easy in ending a relationship to hate. Because that's a good tool to get rid of a relationship, just to hate. And I chose to love. I chose to continue loving that relationship. I couldn't live with it, but I could still hold the idea of love through it. Well, that idea perpetuates itself into a brand new, wonderful, beautiful relationship. And this lady, well, we were up at our Minnesota cabin where I caught the fish, said to me, you could start your own business. You'd be absolutely fantastic in your own business. I said, I tried it back in the 60s, I failed. She says, babes, you didn't have me with you. I was, okay. So we did start it. And going back to that morning, I got up, I got my suit on. She came in a pretty red outfit on with pretty shoes. And she looked just gorgeous. And she says, come on. And she walks me out. And I looked down on Mission Boulevard, right in front of our house, and there was a big limousine. And she says, we're going for a Valentine's ride, sweetie. So she proceeded to take me over to San Francisco. And she had reservations at the top of the Mart. And we had lunch at the top of the Mart. And I thought, I said, you know, 2 years ago, we couldn't even do payroll. And I remember her and I, because we had to walk across the driveway to get to the office part of our building. And I looked at her and I said, sweetie, I don't have enough to make payroll on Friday. And she looks at me and says, I got you, babes. And I just smiled back and I says, I got you, babes. We gave each other a high five and we walked right into that building. That morning, a fellow by the name of Jeff Pudwell, who was the head librarian at UC Berkeley, came into our office and says, I need someone to write a system to take care of all the accounting at the library. I said, I can do that. He said, how long would it take you? 2 weeks. I had no idea how to do it. But I was going to get it done in 2 weeks. Good, he says, all right. He says, it'll cost about $15,000. Fine with you? Okay, yes, we'll have half of it to you tomorrow. And we were going. That was magic. And this was magic, going to the mart. Got done with the mart, we got back into the limousine. We went across the Golden Gate and up around, and they got a nice little drive where you can go back and get out. And you can look at San Francisco. You look at the whole Bay Area. And Terry and I were from San Francisco. And that was still an absolutely beautiful home. And the lady that owns it, the whole city, because I've always considered it feminine, just greeted us and cherished us and gave us a wonderful time.